Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Bourbon Basement. I'm Ryan,
And I'm Steve.
and as you can see, we are in a different area of the residence this evening, and there is a specific reason for that. Would you care to tell them what that reasoning is? To
Uh,
give them a little bit of background about why we're setting up a little differently.
I had knee surgery yesterday. Like they cut one out and put a brand new one in.
Whole replacement, knee replacement.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I couldn't make it downstairs to the bourbon basement tonight.
The Bourbon Basement is now the Bourbon middle floor.
The bourbon living room.
The Bourbon living room.
The
Merry
bourbon living room.
Christmas.
So welcome to the bourbon living room.
It'll probably be this way, just to give you all a little heads up. It'll probably be this way for at least probably next week and the week after, and maybe.
I don't know. Depends on how weather is and how mobile I am, because we have other ways than going downstairs to the
We do
basement.
have other ways to enter the Bourbon Basement other than going down the stairs in the home, but we'll see how the physical therapy and everything's going for the old man over here.
It wasn't great today, I can tell you that.
Well, day after surgery, they had him go to physical therapy the day after surgery.
It was rough.
I've never heard of that. I've had surgery myself, and I didn't go to physical therapy for probably a couple weeks after the
Very
surgery.
rough. If you had a knee replacement before, guys, I feel for you. Right, you look a little dark on the screen there.
Well, yeah, angle that light this way a little bit.
Oh,
It's a work in progress. We'll get this set up because, of course, this setup is going to be taken down and then reset up every week because it is a
maybe we'll do a different room every week. Who knows?
maybe. Hey, we'll do the
It's bathroom.
bathroom and sit on the toilets and stuff. But just please bear with us a little bit. We are setting up where he is able. He really wanted to still do the show. He was like, "Hey, even though this is going on, I still want to do the show." So we brought everything from the Bourbon Basement, as far as the setup goes, up to the living room, so he could be part of it and everything could go as smoothly as possible. We got everything set up. We should be a-okay. Uh, Bourbon Neophyte, appreciate you tuning into the stream. Cheers, all magnificent whiskey people. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as
Merry
well.
Christmas to you
Uh,
too.
if you tune in the next couple of weeks, we'll say Merry Christmas every episode. I assume if we're still in the same.
Unless it's back to the basement.
We're just going to take one step at a time. But for now, we're just glad to be live. We got everything set up. Hopefully, everything goes smoothly. And well, we do have a special kind of episode planned for this evening.
I'll tell you what's not going to go smoothly. Anything that I was researching because I couldn't focus. So I researched a lot of stuff. I didn't focus. I didn't focus. A guest to the bourbon basement.
We have a guest, but this is
Maverick.
This is Maverick. Hey, baby. He can stay up.
This is so with that, my research not being so well and all that kind of stuff. If you all want to comment, ask questions about anything, go ahead. I suggest you start drinking now.
It may be a good idea, more than usual on the Bourbon Basement.
Oh man. Yeah, so if you see
he's going to be in pain throughout this episode. So if you hear a little bit of grunting and like adjusting, that's just him. That's him trying to get as comfortable as he possibly can.
But I wanted the best medicine. Bourbon, I'm going to use the medicinal.
Here we go.
Medicinal properties of the bourbon, and actually have some medicine tonight. So we're going to do that. I was worried because they were going to put a pain pump on me, and I wouldn't have been able to do an episode.
Knee replacements don't stop the Bourbon Basement from going live.
So pain pump, so I'm good to go. But do you know anything about? I mean, Willet Distilleries.
You all know. You can probably see from what we're doing here. We are doing Willet Purple types, and they are, from what we've seen on the secondary market, they are highly sought after. Either that or rare, or one of the.
Well, these here, it tells you right on the label. It is a rare release. It's a straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Now, this one is 125 proof, and it's the family estate bottled small batch bourbon. Now, when people talk about purple tops, I think they actually talk about the single barrel releases that they have. So,
do we have one of those?
We do not, and they're higher. Like I think I had opportunity to get one at Liquor Barn. I think it was $5.99 MSRP or $4.99. I'm not sure.
What is the other? Because these are the purple tops that we're talking about. What is the other purple top we have?
That's the weeded, the black bottle with the purple top. That's the weeded one.
So we do have another purple top in the Bourbon Basement that I did not bring up, but we just wanted to focus on these.
Yeah, and we had a lot of Willet products. They make some good stuff. They really do make. I like Johnny Drum real well. We're not a huge fan of the pot still, but We do
I
like.
just like the pot
I
still.
liked it all right. I thought it was average.
You know how you rate though. You
But
rate pretty
Johnny
strict.
Drum was one that I remember being really good, and I do have a bottle of that down there. But this is the Willet Purple Top Small Batch, guys. And the reason they started releasing these Purple Top Small Batch, and
This is a small batch at 125.
yes, they're about 50 barrels per batch. And the reason they started doing it is because they wanted to uh, get the consumer.
Oh,
They wanted
we're
to
gonna
get the
have that.
consumer uh, more availability. So they released these small batches to get you more availability. And this is only 59.99 a bottle.
That's not
So
bad.
that's pretty good compared to their other ones that are $400 or $500 a bottle.
I mean, even just the regular pot still is what, 60,
No, I think it's 35,
40?
40, 45 at the most. And then they got that big pot still that's probably
A
60.
huge
Yeah,
pot
the huge.
still. A big boy, the leader.
So like I said, my research was all over the place. I didn't retain a whole lot of it. So we're going to talk a little bit about Willet, but
If you all would have seen what went in to produce this episode, you all would give a little more sympathy, I
I
guess.
do have to thank my producers and production team for getting this set up in the living room here. My production team, those two, one on and one off camera that you don't see there, they got it set up just because I wanted to do this show. Uh, but as far as Willet goes, the distillery, we went to the distillery tour there, and it's a pretty awesome little place, right?
I did not go to that one, but you all did.
Yeah, and it's right up the street from Heaven Hill. Now, one thing about Willet is, so like way back in the 1930s, they opened and ran bourbon. It has been in the Willet family for 8 generations. So someone from the Willet family still owns the distillery today.
That's
Okay,
good.
it is. But back in the so they made some bourbon then. They have a big bottling. They bottled for a lot of people. Uh, but they made a little bit of bourbon. Started with the old Bardstown, and then I think Johnny Drum was their second one, and that's what
Have I
they.
had Johnny Drum?
Probably not. We ain't opened the bottle, and that's the only bottle I have to buy right now.
Okay.
But Johnny Drum is readily available, and it's a pretty good pour.
Okay.
If anybody else has had Johnny Drum, tell us what you
Let us
thought of
know what you thought of
it. But anyway, so Willet goes back 8 generations, right? They produced bourbon up into the 70s. When 70s, the bottom kind of fell out of bourbon. There was an energy crisis, and whoever owned the distillery at the time, someone in the Willet family, they sold all the distilling stuff and started making ethanol for fuel.
it. That's what I use in my car.
So they started making that for fuel. That lasted maybe about 10 years, and then it went. The fuel prices came back down. They shut the thing down again.
Okay.
So now in '84, the people that own the distillery now, it's one of the daughters, so it doesn't have the same last name of Willet because it's one of the daughters. Thank you. It's one of the daughters. Uh, but they bought it in '84, and they wanted
Production
to
group.
make it a distillery again. So what they started doing, of course, they didn't have anything to they didn't have nothing to distill bourbon with. So they started bottling for other places. They contract bottle. They did have some warehouses left, so they stored, but they sourced bourbon. So when they come back in the early '80s, they were a sourcer.
I don't mind source bourbons anymore. I like when we first started talking about them and started trying them. I was like, it kind of takes some of the experience out of it because you don't know where it came from. You don't know exactly what went into it. But ever since, source bourbons have been very, very good in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a lot of good source bourbons, and I mean, you think about it. OKI sources a lot of bourbons,
Yep,
and we've had Kentucky bourbon from OKI.
we've had the best Kentucky bourbon.
OKI 16, it was nice.
Yep.
Turkey.
Kentucky.
But anyway, so they started sourcing, and from what I could read, and even though it took them to 2012, in 2012 they started distilling their own products again. All right, so they actually started putting products in the barrel again in 2012.
So they were making money off of this sourcing.
Yeah, they sourced and got their labels back up and
Okay.
going, and then they got them a pot still.
Yep.
They found as they were cleaning up in '84, there cleaning up the thing, they found the blueprints for the pot still that was way back when they started.
So
So they got that made.
did their bottle? I don't know if you know this off the top of your head. Did their bottle come from this source
It
or
it is their bottle, the pot still,
pot still
the
bottle?
Willet pot still bourbon is based on their pot still
Okay.
that they have. But you know that's Italian glass. They get that from Italy.
It's fancy.
It is. It's nice.
A little too rich for a lot of people's blood, but they're still only charging $40 for
Yeah.
that. You think they're
So
making a profit off of that, or you think they're paying more in the glass?
I don't know. I don't know. But
I figured
it's their big one. It's the one they run the most of. So
we lost one of our members up here. I
they're
guess he
all
was tired
gathered
of me.
around the producer now.
I guess he was tired of me petting him. He got his love, and now he's moving on.
So, but 2012 they started distilling again. So they got their distillery up and running. So it's only been running for 13 years, right? So if you all have gotten a Willet product, like a single barrel purple top or something,
Move this down.
it's going to be a source.
Yeah.
It's going to be a source. So, because if you got one that old, now these, it didn't have an age statement on these, but everything that I read, I think it's only like 4 to 6 years old.
But it's the proof of the barrel.
Well, and this one, yeah, it's 125. But this one here, so they even combine two mash bills on this particular bottle. So they run a 70% mash bill of 72 corn, 13 rye, and 15 barley. Then they run a 30% mash bill, 52 corn, 38 rye,
Oh wow!
and 10 barley. So this one's going to be high rye. Have you had this one yet?
I've not. I've not had any will.
See, I opened this one and I got to partake because I didn't know if I was going to get to do this show.
You got to partake on.
Well, it's 2 weeks old to open.
You got to partake. Yeah, about half a bottle gone before I ever get the first sip of
Are
it.
you sure you haven't had any of this?
Swear. Swear.
So it's going to be a really high mash bill, 70 and 30, 13 and 38. 70% 13, 30% 38. So you're probably going to get some of that good spiciness
bit of
that you like. You're
spiciness.
probably going to feel the heat of that 125 proof.
Hey, let me feel it. If it's 125, I want to know it's 125.
Yeah, I agree. So, and I didn't even write my notes very, very good where I could even follow them in like any particular order. But I think I've mentioned most of this that I've already talked about.
Like I said, if you all saw what went behind the scenes to make this episode happen this week, I think you'd be a little more appreciative or understanding about what's going on with this.
So this one, they may have made some of these a long time ago and quit the Willet family, the Willet estate. But I think the 2025, this is the first one that they've made with their distillant, and they mix two distillants. They mix two different mash bills to do it. So this one is rare because of that. And like I said, more available, $60 on the shelf. That's why I got two of them. I bought one like 3 months ago, and then I looked and I said, "Oh, there's still another one here." So they got a bunch on the shelves right there for you.
And that's good for a lot of people. If you like a higher proof bourbon, this one's readily available.
$60, and I do like Willet. I'm wondering. I know. I'm wondering what you're going to think about this. You like pot still.
I do like the pot still.
And that's the only. Is that the only? Well, no, we had. Do you remember Noah's Meal?
Yes.
Okay,
that another
we
Willet
liked
product?
it too. We didn't like the bottle. Yeah, it's a Willet product.
The bottle was meh.
Yeah, so it was green glass.
Yeah,
it looks like a wine bottle, but inside of it
was good.
I like
It was
Noah's Meal. They also have Rounds Creek. We've already talked about Johnny Drum, Bardstown, the pot still, the
Can we think
weeded.
about what makes some of these purple tops a little bit outrageous?
I think it's the rarity and the single barrel.
There are some of these on secondary market because we are a part of a couple groups that list some of these things for sale.
Going for $1,500.
15, 16, I've seen them all the way up to 1,800.
Now this bottle on that market is going for about 150, and it's a $60 bottle.
Corey, appreciate you tuning into the stream, sir. Happy Friday.
Welcome, Corey. Welcome.
We are chugging along, sir. We are chugging along.
Chugging is what I need to do right now.
So. We'll just let him take the bottle. I'll get that glass and we'll give him the bottle. We'll see how much he can do. See how much he can take care of. But these are going. Some of these are going for the same price as King of Kentucky. Because I saw King of Kentucky listed on the secondary market earlier for $1,600. Someone actually denied a $1,400 offer, and some of these are going for the same price as that. So if that gives you any kind of reflection or comparison as to how rare some of these are and how sought after they are.
And we at the Bourbon Basement, we do not sell on the secondary market. So every bottle we buy, we drink.
We drink.
And so when I did find the Willet Purple Top, they had purple top and purple top rye. liquor barn sitting there on their allocated
We didn't
counter.
do the rye, obviously.
I
We did
picked
Kentucky
I
bourbons.
picked it up and I was thinking about buying it until I saw the price tag. And it was $499 or $599, or maybe that was them consecutive. Both one was $499, one was
You
$599.
can find these, but you're gonna pay
Yeah, you're going to pay for them. So I elected not to do that because it's hard for me to drink $400.
$400.
So
I think the most expensive bottle we have in the bourbon basement is our 1792 Jim Beam. And we still don't have an exact price on that, but we have an idea. And then the second one to that is
1795.
probably 1795.
Yeah,
1792 is the other brand.
yeah,
So
that's
sorry, 1795 Jim Beam. And then the closest one we have to that is probably. Sorry, he just took his knee down. You can see just how the feeling is feeling for him currently. Uh, we might need to turn that light back a little bit.
does it not need to be on you?
No, you just turned it away from you. Yeah, there you go. All right. Bingo.
My bad, guys. My bad.
But sorry, I told you it's going to be a little bit of a impromptu kind of thing as far as how he's feeling. But
There is no
anyway,
comfortable position.
the 1795 Jim Beam is probably the most valuable bottle we have in the bourbon basement currently, and we don't have an exact value, but we have an idea. And then the Happy, or not Happy, but the Van Winkle 12 that we had before that was
Drinking
probably
gone.
yeah, it's been gone for
Yeah.
months. It's been drank and gone. Once
The
again,
oldest bottle in the Burger Basement now is the Knob 21.
well, I wasn't talking about oldest. I was talking about most valuable.
Okay.
And that what did you say you paid for that? Like 650 for that 12 year?
It was 500. We paid
500. So that's a really good price on
something
12
like
year.
that. It was, but after shipping and everything, it was up there around
About
70.
600. And if you get that on the secondary market, you're paying probably $800 for the 12 year. So anyway, on to are we going to get into drinking? Because I think
I
the
think we
history
need to
part's
start. The
done.
history was that we did another show on Willet, guys. We had all the bottles up there that I had at the
I
time.
think it was a little bit more in
I
that.
didn't have Pure Kentucky at the time, but I've got it now. But if you want to hear a little bit more history about Willet, you can go back and find that in our archives. On
If you
your
go to our YouTube channel, go to the live section. You'll
hit the
see all of
live
our
tab,
live streams there archived on the channel.
scroll down. It's about video number.
It was an early one.
It's probably in the top 10.
Yeah,
It was the first ones we did.
Um,
I'm gonna let you pour and stuff to the fries.
okay. I don't know how this is gonna work, being that it's to the side this time, but
You're just gonna have
we're gonna make it work to the best of our ability. Uh,
Give me that one.
give you this one.
No, the big one.
give her the one that's unopened.
The full one.
Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this one.
Yeah. We didn't bring up a producer bottle or a producer glass.
We didn't, but she did go downstairs there for a little bit to get our glasses of water. So I think if she wanted one, she might have grabbed one. Do you want one? You sure? We
It's
do have time for you to run downstairs and get one.
so this is the very
And there's
rare
no
small
measuring
batch.
going into this. These are free pours. I think that Father may need one over there. That looks about the same as what I normally get. We'll give old Pops over here a little bit more of a stiff pour.
Yeah, so I already have tasted this, and I've already had my rating in my head and everything because I thought this might be a show that just you did.
We'll give Pops a stiff pour. He might need it. Once again, if you all have tried these purple tops, let us know what you thought of them. Because this will be my first experience. He's had it, obviously, before. He drank about a little less than half the bottle.
It was. I mean, it's been open for 2 or 3 weeks, so it ain't like I hit it on.
Well, no, he's not an alcoholic, but it has been open. I've not tried it, and there was about, I don't know, a little less than half the bottle gone.
All right, so some of the disappointing things that I get with this, disappointing, I say, right off the bat, I mean, you smell the alcohol. You know,
I do smell alcohol.
you smell the alcohol. It jumps out at me. I have.
This is a younger one.
I'm gonna have to search for the flavors and stuff. So you're right, and it smells like a younger one too. When you smell this, you know it ain't got a lot of age to it. Although the color,
You do get fruitiness.
the color
is good for a 4 year bourbon.
yeah, and it's 4 to 6. And my research.
We'll just
could be
assume
wrong.
that it's a 4, right?
Always
Let's give it
do.
the benefit of the doubt and go lower rather than higher.
Always do. And there's 50 barrels in this batch, so they're all going to be that way.
I do get fruitiness. I do still get the honey. I get a little bit of not as much barrel as what I would like,
Yeah, not much.
but there is enough. There, it's there.
I get. I've been. I've been
I
getting
get
cherries a
nuttiness.
lot. So I've been getting cherries. That's the fruitiness that I smell.
Mine's more pineapple, if you can believe it.
But I'm not getting a whole lot out of the smell. Just the alcohol kind of takes it over for me.
But I still get layers.
Okay.
But the alcohol is very upfront. If you try this for the first time, you're gonna get that alcohol smell. Just imagine sticking your nose into a bottle of vodka and all you smell is alcohol. Because if you're drinking vodka, you don't smell anything. You're not doing it for the experience of it. You're drinking it because it's either a good mixer
Oh
or
no, there's a lot of good vodkas out there. People collect that like they collect gold. I mean, there's some
full power
vodka
to you.
people that they collect
Castle
those
Key.
expensive vodkas.
Castle and Key, producer said Castle Key.
Yeah.
It is a little bit different. Do I pull smells out of it? Not particularly, but it is extremely
The
smooth.
taste is really good.
It's
too.
extremely smooth and very good.
vanilla.
If I went
the
with
vanilla.
vodka,
But
it
just
would
say,
definitely be
all right,
Castle.
pull a bottle of Heaven Hills off the wall then. But we'll just go Heaven Hills vodka. Kind of upfront alcohol smell.
Why are we talking about vodka?
Because alcohol smell, like when you dip your nose into a bottle of vodka, that's all you smell is just alcohol in your face or gin. It's nice though. It's not overpowering.
It's not, but it's all I get. It covers up any other smells. I get the slight cherry ness in there, and like you said, there is a slight vanilla,
There is
but not a lot
vanilla.
of barrel, not a lot of barrel char or anything else.
If you all haven't already, while he's doing his little acclimation sips here, because I've not taken one sip yet. If you've not already started drinking, we do invite you to take a drink with us here on this Friday evening. Kick your weekend off. If you're from around our area, you probably got a little bit of snow to look out the window at.
More's coming.
With more coming, and we actually had quite a bit here this morning around 7 o'clock. It was pretty thick out there.
Our temperature's going to
That
drop.
might warm me up too.
Yeah, bourbon might warm you up a little bit, or any drink of your choice. We don't discriminate around here. We just do bourbon here. But if you want to pull off a drink off the wall, a little bit of vodka, a little bit of gin, a little bit of scotch, anything you want. Just share a drink with us here on this Friday evening. I'm going to go up for my acclamations while old Pops over here takes over for
All right, so with my sips, I I don't taste that alcohol right at the beginning. Like so, when I was overwhelmed with the smell of alcohol, then I had to really search for cherries and I had to search for vanilla, right? But when I drink it, it's more earthy. The alcohol's toned down, but I don't get a lot of sweetness. I get kind of an earthy note in there, which is unusual with this younger bourbon. I was expecting a sweet kind of bourbon, so I do like that. Uh, as it goes down, you can start to feel that proofage or that peppery rye. But the graininess of the rye, I think, is in there on my palate right away.
Have you taken your third yet, or are you just all the
Yeah.
acclamations? You've already
No.
done your third?
I've done 4.
Oh my goodness. He was way ahead of me. As soon as I said, hey, I'm going to let him take over while I take my first sips, I said, he
That was
immediately sips.
that was the 4th. It was a small sip.
Phil, you're supposed to start over talking, like take over the talking while I go, and you went in for a sip at the same time I did. That was the whole point of the planning.
I think we got Tommy.
Corey, he managed quite the pour there. Yeah, I don't know if you saw me when I don't know if you saw me when I did pours. I said there's no measuring or nothing here, but I poured.
Have you
eyeballed
have you
mine
heard
pretty
of a
good.
6-finger pour? I think I got a 6-finger pour.
I think I eyeballed my pour pretty good.
Yeah, he's one on his other hand.
He pops needs a little bit more, and I filled him about a little over half a glass. Going Karen. It had
Nice of you
to.
to catch that, Corey.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. At
No,
least it shows that the quality may be okay because he can see how much the pour is. That gives me a little bit of hope.
all right. So,
I just now finished my acclamation.
well, I'm grain forward in this. Okay, I do have to search to get a little bit of that honey in the taste too. Still got a little bit of honey. Uh, the sweetness that's in there though is not a fruity sweetness, but it's not candy store sweetness. It's maybe a syrup kind of sweetness. So I get
It's almost like an additive. Like if you're mixing a drink and you pour a little bit of sweetness into it, that's almost the sweetness level that I'm at.
yeah, it's not real strong,
It's not strong.
and it doesn't jump out at you. You would definitely know this is a rye forward bourbon.
Yes, I will say, just off the acclamations alone, I do think this drinks to the proof.
I do
I
too.
think this drinks like a 125.
I do too. But as
I'm
far
not
as
saying that it's super spicy or anything, but you can tell that it's got that proofage to it. Some of them drink a little smoother, some of them drink even hotter than what they are.
Yeah.
But I think this one drinks true to the 125.
and it's a good drink. Uh, so it that you go ahead. Maybe I can comment on something you say.
All right, so just off of my third sip, I'm not done. I don't. Are we even gonna add water to this because we don't have our water
No,
up here?
I guess so. No, we're good.
I think you got a little bit too much to maybe even finish on the show. He'll be drinking that for another 30, 40 minutes after the show. Um, so we're not going to add water to this one, so it's not going to be the full experience of it that we normally do. But I think off of mine, it's honestly sticking true to the nose for me. I'm getting that.
It paused.
That's okay. It's probably just a little bit of buffering. I'm not seeing anything here.
We're having some technical difficulties.
I don't think that we have technical difficulties. I
If
think
you are
that
noticing it, we apologize.
Are you on the Wi-Fi currently, producer?
Mhm.
All right, disconnect the
Okay.
Wi-Fi, and I'm sure that it's probably okay.
It's
Right, okay, close out the video. Anyway, we're just going to continue because I'm not seeing any kind of error codes or anything. Corey said that we're good. Appreciate you, Corey, for
Thanks,
giving us
Corey.
that little bit of feedback.
okay.
I'm not seeing any notifications on the stream or anything, so we're just going to continue like nothing ever happened.
Too late.
Well, I usually get notifications up here, but anyway. So the taste is honestly pretty true to the nose for me. Just taking back off from where we left off. I am getting that vanilla. I'm getting a little bit of honey. I'm getting the fruitiness. I was getting pineapple on the nose, but I can't distinguish what fruit I'm actually tasting on the palate. He said cherries on the nose. Did you get any fruit on the palate at all?
No, I get a real grainy.
You said that earthiness,
Yeah.
graininess.
And then I do get a little
Which is
sweetness.
what you get a lot of times out of that high rye
I
content.
get sweetness, but I can't pinpoint it. It's not fruit to me, but it ain't candy store. It's and I said syrup. It ain't even really. I don't think it's syrupy.
See, and you said cherries on the nose, and I didn't get cherries, but I'm thinking maybe put two and two together on your syrup and cherries and call it grenadine. Are we getting grenadine cherry syrup?
Maybe.
Are we getting a little bit of grenadine?
It's to me it's I don't know if I would say it's very complicated bourbon.
Would you pay more than MSRP for this one?
No, $59.99 is probably good.
You think even for the proofage and everything? Because that's probably about the highest proof that you could ever get for $60, right?
There's
If I'm not mistaken.
there's some good high proof bourbons out there for $60.
But 125?
I don't know if they're that, but there's some
I
good
mean,
high
this is a
proof.
really high proofage for $60.
Yeah, it is, and it's worth it, guys. I'm not saying it's a bad bourbon. I'm just saying I don't know if it's really complicated and I don't understand it, or if it's really simple and this is all it is.
I think my personal opinion. Anyone who's ever had this, everyone's got their own palate. But my personal opinion, I think this is really simple. I think it's a very simple bourbon. I think you get alcohol up front, and then you get your layers of your taste that you're doing. I'm not saying that this is $15 bourbon or something
Yeah.
like. If you've watched our series where we did the best bourbon of X amount of price range, I'm not saying that this is in that standard where they were so simple that they were silly. But this one is simple, but it's a high proof. It's enjoyable to drink. You can still pull out. I think that this would be a great, before I do my ranking or anything, but I think this would be a great mid-step bourbon if you want something a little bit high proof. Extend your horizons a little bit as far as exposing yourself to that spicier content, but still have it be um, simple enough to where you can really concentrate to pull out flavors rather than pulling out different things every sip you take.
So
the answer is no. You wouldn't pay more.
The answer is probably no.
No, I wouldn't pay more than
No more than
MSRP
MSRP.
for this. And then what?
Not for this purple top. So
So
what?
what-
The purple tops maybe that are more sought after.
But they were $400 to $500.
If you're a collector, go for it.
Now then they were on that market that we look at for $1,500-$1,600. So
Were these the same bottle?
if I was a flipper, I could have flipped real easy. Yeah, those are exactly the same.
Exactly the same bottle. So the two bottles we did have up here are the exact same bottle.
Yeah, I don't know how many batches are released of this a year, or if this. I believe this was the first batch released from Willet. If I'm wrong, please correct me, guys. But if you all know something I don't know, but it's looked like the first small batch that was released from Willet that with the purple top. And when I saw it, I didn't know any better, and I thought it was the special purple top that everybody was after.
Well, you did grab one of the special ones.
I grabbed that one. Well, the Willet 8-year.
You
The
grabbed one of the
8-year
special
black
ones.
bottle Willet with the purple top. I got that one, but it was only like a $200 bottle, not a 600 or 5. But anyway, but what you said about it being simple,
I think it
so
is.
that's where I'm taking a negative on this, because if I wanted a simple bourbon, I think of lower dollar bourbon. I think of that bourbon under $30.
That's why I'm going to have to disagree with you. I don't think that a simple bourbon is bad. And for the
I
same
don't
reason
think
that
it's
I
bad.
mentioned before, I think if you're a bourbon drinker and you're trying to step up from your lower end, but still want something that you can pull out flavors easily with, that you're not getting different flavors every time you take a sip, but you want to experience it in the same way with a higher proof, I think this is, I mean, perfect.
That's a good way to look at it. But with the simplicity of the taste, that's where I'm getting at. It's mostly alcohol grains in the grain
I
that you
wasn't even
taste.
getting a whole lot of alcohol on the palate.
Uh,
Alcohol on the nose, yes, but alcohol on the palate, it wasn't that bad.
but for I could get 2 makers for the same price of this. I might drink 2 makers and say, you know what I mean? This was a good experience because we are in the business of collecting every Kentucky bourbon.
It'll take us years and
Yes, we're
years.
in the business of collecting those. This was a good experience. It was a good one to have, a good one to drink. And it's not bad. It's just not. I thought it was a prestigious bourbon. I thought it was going to be one of those that I was going to find several different avenues.
You got the wrong purple top for that one.
Maybe the single barrels are better, but this
So
one with 2 different mash bills and with 50 barrels making the batch, I wouldn't. It's a pretty small batch.
I don't remember if you mentioned. Do you know what the difference is between the purple tops and the regulars?
There is no regulars. The regulars are your pot
Pot
still
stills.
and all
Okay.
that stuff. And I don't know the
So
mash
these
on.
are everything. Basically, pot stills your bottom, and then everything up is your purple
Well,
top.
see, Willet makes so many different things. They have 6 different mash bills.
So they're on the same spectrum as Buffalo Trace.
They're kind of on the same spectrum as, yeah, but Four Roses. Four Roses has 5 mash bills,
Yeah.
5 yeast, and they can do a lot of things. Well, Willet has 6 mash bills. So
Okay. What are we doing?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Uh,
Anyway, it has 6 mash bills. So I don't know which mash bill makes up the pot still compared to the Willet, compared to anything else. I don't know which one is which. I don't know, but this one is a mixture of 2 mash bills. So I don't know if it's like Johnny Drum and Willet pot still mixed together or what.
so as we get into our rankings here, this is not a bad drink at all. I think that this is a very sippable drink. This is not your low end kind of stuff. It's not your bottom shelf Jim Beam. It's not your bottom shelf benchmark. It's nothing like that. It's on its own little spectrum here.
It's got a really good taste.
It does. It has a very good taste. It's got the little bit of sweetness. You get the alcohol in there. You get a slight bit of oakiness. You get more oakiness, obviously, if this was aged a little bit longer. But being 4 to 6 years, you're not going to really. It's not really going to be potent in your drink as much as a 10-year or a 12-year.
Yeah,
We've been spoiled here as of late here on the Bourbon
we've
Basement.
got some good bottles lately. Yeah.
We even just the episodes that we've done, we've been very very spoiled here as of late. So it's not a bad drink. It's got a good color for the age that it has. It's got a very good proofage ranking in my term of aspect. I do enjoy the higher proof bourbons. I enjoy being able to pull the flavors out of them. I think this does all
I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna say that this bourbon is worth buying at $60. Uh, I wouldn't pay the secondary 150. I would get it at 60. That's the whole point with Willet, right? They want to make this bottle right here. They want it to be available. So don't go buying it on secondary or nothing. Just wait for it
You
to be
can
available.
find it.
You'll find it. Just wait for it to be available. Get it. It's worth trying. It looks good on the shelf.
It looks
it's a pretty bottle.
It looks like a wine bottle in a sense, but it also has that willet kind of stuff, and it looks really good on a willet shelf,
Yeah,
like we do in the bourbon basement.
Their signature purple.
Yep.
You know, that's kind of cool. You don't see many of those.
You know it's not a wine when you look at it. See, because this one's got the clear glass and everything. You can tell that it's bourbon in there.
Yeah, the Willet crest on there, the family crest is on there. So
It is a good look bottle. It's simple, but it is very elegant. You can tell that it's not wine. You can tell that it's bourbon. It does look very good on the willet shelf next to the pot still and other things that we do have in the bourbon basement, which is where the other unopened bottle will go back this evening. Um, and I don't know when we'll open that one. I don't think that we'll be in any hurry to open it.
and that's the thing about trying them, right? Sometimes I try them. I got a good deal, or I thought I was getting a really good deal on these, so I bought two, separate
Pretty good
times.
deal.
22. So it'll be drank eventually, but we've done a show on it now, so it'll just be drank for.
Some kind of occasion, or if we just decide that we're out of decent bourbons to drink,
Eventually, I may just run out of bourbons. Period,
and that'll be it.
All right. Let's rate this thing.
Go ahead.
All right. So pretty simple.
How about we rate your pain first? How are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
Pain's about a 7 right now.
So he's keeping his composure real well, folks.
It's about a 7.
7 out of 10, even with the bourbon in him.
Your leg's supposed to be propped up higher. With it propped up more, it hurts me worse because it pulls behind my knee.
You can't see. The only thing that you're seeing right here is his kneecap. So he does have his leg propped up on a little stool that we have in front of him. But the elevatedness is a little bit worse.
It's more comfortable to stand, believe it or not, and walk than it is to sit.
Someone said this. And it has a cork. It does have a cork. It is a corked bottle of bourbon.
It is corked. I said that.
Buffalo Trace, you can guess. Buffalo Trace, we need to have a talk.
I think all your
Wellers. Serious talk.
All the Wellers should be corked.
I'm not trying to diss you. You have amazing products. Put a cork in Weller 12. What is the deal?
Weller
Why
Green
is
too.
Why is it as Antique 107 has a cork? Why not the 12 year?
The Weller Green needs a cork too because it's pretty good dang.
Weller Green, they can get away with a screw top, but Weller 12.
Just because of the price point.
Weller 12. Put a cork in it.
Well, if you look at the price point on the MSRP on that, it's not really that much more than the Weller Signature.
Put a cork in it.
I agree. Put a cork in it. All right, rate this thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, then you interrupted me, right? Okay.
Well, I said rate your pain on anyway. So he's doing pretty good this episode.
All right.
So get the bourbon.
Well, I got medicine in me now, right? Got the medicine in me.
Medicine and bourbon.
So anyway, it's pretty simple bourbon, right? It's pretty simple. It's got a $60 price tag. I don't like that for the simplicity of this bourbon. The taste and everything, it's kind of, it's not sweet. I do like that. Because when I think of younger bourbons.
That price tag, is it really supposed to be in depth?
I don't know.
Because you got Woodford, and everything always comes back to Woodford in the bourbon. So you know that we are Woodford fans around here. Does it really ever come back to price range equaling simplicity?
No, but when I think of simple bourbons, I think of those under $30. That's because you drink it, you get one thing, you get alcohol, and most of them you get a lot of sweetness.
Not at this proof.
No. And you don't find many at this proof. You're not going to find any at this proof.
I think $30. I think you're going to get 85, maybe max.
Maybe 90. There's some that's 90. You might get 100 here and there, but
Ancient Age is 90, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, I think the price point for the proofage is dead on. What gets you is the secondary market and availability of it. So if these were more available, there wouldn't be a secondary market, right?
Right.
All right. So that's where
some people are struggling to find this bottle.
This bottle needs to be readily available, and that's what Willet wanted to do. They wanted everyone to experience their purple tops in a way. Now, most of their purple tops up to this point have been sourced.
Right.
So most of them's been sourced because they're more than 12 years old or they're at 12 years old. So now I don't know if this year's purple top is sourced or not because you're right there at 13. I think the purple top's 12 years old. So you're right there. It could be Willet, it could be sourced. I don't know.
50.
And they still source some bourbons and mix them with things to create other things. There's a lot of sourcing going on now. Willet is distillery. They do make their own stuff. I think this is Willet stuff, 2 different mash bills. So that's kind of cool. But my rating on it, I gave it a 6.8.
6.8.
A 6.8.
A little lower than what I thought you do, but you do rank a little bit stricter than
I
mine.
guess I gave it a 6.8.
For the price range, like I said before, I'm gonna continue this into my ranking. I think that this is a perfect middle area with price range and everything to go from if you're a newer bourbon drinker and you're wanting to expand your horizons a little bit. I think this is great. I think that if you're wanting to experience the higher proofs, this is the perfect one to start with because you those $30, $40 bourbons, you're going to get about 80 to 90 proof, and you're not really going to get any. Spend an extra $20 and you get 125 proof. See if you like a little bit more spiciness.
It's a big proofage. It does have that spiciness, but for as much rye that's in it, I thought it was going to be even spicier, and it's not. So it drinks well.
My bourbon hero, thanks for going on with the show. Prayers for your recovery. May it be smooth like a good Kentucky bourbon. There you go.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Hey, we're still going to be live every Friday. Don't worry about that. But I think this is a great middle ground for someone that's wanting to experience the higher proofage for a lower price. Some of these other ones that you get, this proofage are kind of expensive, so I think that helps my rating a lot. Um, I think that it's very good. I think it's smooth for what it is, even though it's younger aged. I think it is smooth for a 125. It drinks like a 125, but it doesn't burn you up. Um, I think that it's simple, yet you can still pull out flavors. And overall, I just think this is a great middle ground bourbon between your low grade and your outrageous grade. I don't even know what we can call the other grade. But I think that this is a great middle ground. I think that if you can afford it, you should definitely buy a bottle. Uh, I enjoyed every second of drinking it. It was smooth, color was good, proofage was great, price was great. 7.3.
7.368. All right. Well, that's a pretty good bottle in the bourbon basement.
Decent.
That's a good one.
Extremely decent.
So it is worth having one. So, man, I'm so glad y'all tuned in with us tonight. I wanted to get back on here and do this. I was looking forward to it, and I needed that medicine. Thank you.
This one may not quite outrank pain, but it definitely can't hurt. Praying you feel better soon. Miss Leslie Newby, appreciate you tuning into the stream. Appreciate your prayers for old pops over here. Appreciate everyone tuning in. We're definitely glad that we were able to set this up and still be able to go live. Appreciate you all bearing with us in the new location and everything. And it'll probably be
Temporary location.
temporary for at least. We're just gonna say the next 2 weeks. It'll be exactly the same as what it is now.
I'm trying to get back to the bourbon.
He's gonna get there eventually, but we're not gonna rush anything, right, pops?
That's right.
Yeah, we're not gonna rush anything. We need to get the recovery going in a smooth process. But we do appreciate you all tuning in so much. We did try to stretch this out a little bit as far as a little minor conversation, just to make it the same length as a regular episode. We didn't want it to be no 25-minute, 30-minute episode or nothing like that. So we did try to stretch it a little bit. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Are you ready to wrap it up?
I am.
Oh, we got another one. Pray for you, the brother. Corey, appreciate you tuning in once again. Appreciate the prayers for old pops over here. I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I got to drop this stuff down, get it back down into the bourbon basement until next week, so it's not cluttering up the living room. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Give us a little bit of time out of your Friday evening and kicking off your weekend the right way here in the bourbon basement. If you all have had this, let us know in the comments section what you thought of it. I thought pretty highly of it. I think overall
6.873.
6.873.
It's going to average out there around 7.
I think that's a pretty decent ranking, especially compared to some of the other high quality bourbons that we've had in the bourbon basement. But thank you all once again so much for tuning in. Stay safe if you all are traveling on the snowy roads. And as always, why drink alone
when you can drink with us?
We'll see y'all next Friday. Thank you all so much.
Bye.